What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel today. This video is going to be my race review of the Busch Light Clash at the LA Coliseum. And so yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into it. We got a lot to unpack from today's race. And first off, I just want to say I really enjoyed it. I thought that the venue was set up really nice. I know I said in my preview, I don't know why it wasn't a night race, but throughout the race, I got to thinking that it was probably because of the light situation. I'm not really sure how bright that place could get, so that kind of cleared that up for me for the most part. But there was a lot of drama, people throwing things, and we'll get more into that later on in this video. But yeah, just all in all, I was pretty entertained for the most part, and I hope that we do it again next year. I'd say they probably will make it a points-paying race, if I had to guess, because looking at NASCAR typically in the past, if something goes well and is successful, then they tend to get everything they can out of it, which makes sense, so I don't really blame them there. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the first four heats that we had earlier today. They were pretty normal. The only really drama we had was Almirola getting turned by Todd Gilliland. Almirola was pretty upset by that. Todd kind of just hooked him in the right rear and sent him into the wall. So that was unfortunate for Eric Almirola. And then earlier in the day, my previous video, which was the preview of the race, I didn't know what LCQ meant, but that just stands for Last Chance Qualifier. Yeah, and the first one was pretty calm for the most part. Not really much happened in it that I can remember. But then the second one was all-out chaos, and we got a lot to talk about with it. Ty Dillon was on an absolute mission throughout this entire thing. He was probably involved in at least he was probably involved in at least 5 or 6 cautions, if I had to guess. But, I mean, that's what I like to see. I respect that more than, somebody riding around in the back, just being content in last. So I respect his desire to want to get in the show. His paint scheme looked great. By the way, Black Rifle Coffee, they had a really nice ride out there. But everyone was just giving it everything they had out there in that Last Chance Qualifier, the second one. And, Kurt Busch was solidly in for the most part, but then, there at the end just gets punted, gets in a bad situation, and ends up getting, hammered. And I've seen a lot of people debate on whose fault that really was, but I'm not really sure that it really matters at the end of the day. It would have been nice to see Kurt get in. It sucks that he didn't. So it is what it is there. But the 6 car during that whole ordeal really struggled, honestly. And I'm not really sure if that's too concerning. I know Chris Buescher did all right, but I'm not going to judge Brad's new team off of one race. So it is what it is there. Ryan Preece with Rick Ware Racing really actually surprised me for the most part. He actually made the show. I know that was a Stewart Haas Racing prepared car, but nonetheless, Rick Ware Racing actually having a little bit of success in a NASCAR sanctioned event is something to talk about. So congrats to them. So now we're going to transition into the actual event. Tyler Reddick and Justin Haley were really strong for about the first 40 laps of the race. And then, unfortunately, Reddick had a mechanical issue, and that was kind of the trend for the most part of the race. We had Hamlin with mechanical issues. The 14 had mechanical issues literally like a couple laps later. And then the 8 car went down, and I don't know if that's really to do with the new car. I know they were talking about transmissions and how the gears were set up, but I'm not really too sure there, so I'm interested to see what some of the teams say about all of the mechanical issues that we saw today. So then we go a few more laps. Chase Elliott ends up wrecking. Not really anybody's fault. He just overcorrected it, I think, or lost the car and hit the outside wall pretty hard. But he was able to continue and ended up bouncing back for like a top 10, I think. Maybe. I can't remember if he ended up finishing inside the top 10. But Blaney had issues as well, pretty much right after that. And I think I counted 5 mechanical failures. Blaney ended up not having mechanical failures. They talked on the broadcast because he was going slow and that he might have had an issue, but I think it turns out that the 43 just absolutely nailed him for 7th spot. So then Blaney ends up throwing the Hans device, which was pretty cool to see. I ain't gonna lie. I really like when these young guys get into it and really show their emotion. I know Chase Elliott tends to be really reserved, but to see Blaney throw the Hans device was pretty cool. I wish we could have actually saw him do it, but just the fact that he did it, major props to him there. That was pretty cool. So I really like Ryan Blaney. And then about 30 laps to go. This is probably going to be a controversial take, but I just don't understand why Kyle Larson felt the need to destroy Justin Haley's car like the way that he did. Like I said, there was about 35 to go, and it looked like the 24 sent the 16. I think that's his number now. The 24 sends Haley into Larson, and Larson gets upset and just cuts left on him and absolutely punts him into the wall. It ain't like we hadn't seen people beating and banging with each other all race. So I just didn't really understand that. I think it was kind of a really dirty move. I think Justin Haley has every right to be upset by that. And I don't know, not a real professional move by Larson, if you want my honest opinion. But everybody's heated, I'm sure. And I don't know. I'd like to see him maybe apologize for that or something. I don't know. I'm not saying he has to apologize, but, I don't know. It just kind of felt wrong to me. So, another couple things I want to point out. RCR looked really solid all race long. I think Tyler Reddick, if he hadn't had the mechanical issues, could have actually, stayed in the top 5 for the whole race, because the 3 car was able to drive up, and I think he definitely finished in the top 5. So, RCR with some speed early on. It's good to see. But yeah, so this was the Joey versus Kyle show. Kind of anticlimactic at the very end. I thought Kyle was going to be able to run him down and put the bumper to him, but unfortunately, from the audience's perspective, Joey was able to outpace him and ended up pulling in the victory. So it was cool to see him really energetic afterwards too, and I know that's a really big win for him. But yeah, like I said, it would have been cool if Kyle could have got to him and put the bumper to him. But, even the build-up to that, where you don't really know if he's going to be able to get there, but the pure, anticipation and excitement, that was enough for me, honestly. So I really enjoyed this event, and I know I'm usually kind of hard on NASCAR for the most part, but I just want to give them some major props for this win. So, and for Joey Logano to get the win. So, it was a great show. Pretty solid halftime performance with Ice Cube. Pitbull was electric as always. And, yeah, I really enjoyed the event. And I'm curious to see what everyone else has to say about it. So let me know what you all thought about the Clash at the Coliseum day. And, yeah, we'll have a good conversation in the comments. So thank you all for watching. Reach up there and hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for watching. Y'all have a great day. And I'll see you all in the next one.